Hey guys, it's John. Don't worry, I'm not quitting YouTube, I'm not deleting my channel or anything like that. The title is simply in reference to the fact that I am no longer going to be using the name HarshlyCritical on this platform. I am going to be going by my real name, which is John Wolfe. And this is not a decision that has come out of nowhere. I've actually been planning to do this for literally years. Biggest kept secret ever on my channel. I hate the name HarshlyCritical and I've decided to change it. So I imagine you're probably curious why this is happening and why have I been plotting it for years. I'll be happy to explain all of that and more in this video. Apologies for the RIP HarshlyCritical title, but I was really worried that if I didn't make some sort of attractive title to make people watch this video, then I might pop up in their sub feed and they'll say, John Wolfe, who the heck is this guy? Unsub. Because believe it or not, I've actually seen name changes backfire exactly like that several times before on YouTube. And it's because they didn't make a big rah-rah announcement video. So I decided I wanted to try to do that. All right, so you're probably kind of confused, wondering why I'm making this change. I'll be happy to explain it. But before I do, I should probably reminisce a bit and explain why I had that name in the first place. And then after that, I will explain why I disliked it and why I changed it after that. So I first made this channel 6 years ago on January 2nd, 2011. Still remember the date. And at the time, I had done several YouTube channels before, but they all did poorly. I tried to do like a vlogging rant channel. I did like a skit channel. I did a couple failed channels. So I've been doing YouTube for a couple years, and I was in junior year of university. I just changed my major to advertising. It was the 7th time that I had changed my major, and I wasn't feeling confident that I wanted to graduate with a degree in advertising, but it was kind of too late at that point because I had changed it 7 times like I said. So I was like, well, I'm just going to go with it. And as my backup plan, I thought it would be a good idea to make a YouTube channel. I thought to myself, well, I like video games and I like making videos. I want to get better at both of them. And so I decided that I was going to make like a game review channel. And my inspiration behind this was someone that most of you are probably familiar with, the Angry Video Game Nerd. He was the person whose videos I watched that inspired me to make this channel. And so I wanted a name that did 2 things. I wanted a name that was kind of like his, which a lot of people were doing at the time. It's something that said like, hey, I'm an angry, funny gamer too. Something that was kind of edgy, and I also wanted a name that implied that I thought of myself as a game critic. And so I tried a bunch of names, and they were all taken. None of them were available. The last one that I attempted to get was Harsh Critic, and it was taken, and then I was like, well, let's just try HarshlyCritical then, and it was available, so I took it, because at that point, I was like, you know what, I can change the username later. I just need to get into making videos, right? I just need to hit the ground running. I need to start moving. I need to start making stuff. And so I just went with it. I had no idea that I would still be using it 6 years after that. I didn't think I would still be doing the YouTube channel 6 years after that, probably. But at the time, I was like, I'm going to build up a portfolio of videos, a portfolio of like funny, angry game reviews. And then this was my thought process back then, because Let's Plays weren't really a thing at the time. In early 2011, I thought I'm going to, at some point, if I don't find a job with my degree in advertising, I'm going to try to get on it like IGN or something. And so that was the plot. I churned away at videos for like 4 months. They sucked, and I only accumulated a total of 20 subscribers over those 4 months, and that was a little frustrating to say the least. So at this point, the semester was over, summer was about to begin, and I was like, I'm going to try something new. So I decided I was going to try doing Let's Plays, and this was inspired by a name that most of you are probably familiar with, PewDiePie. Back in early 2011, not many people were doing Let's Plays. It was kind of a thing, but it wasn't nearly the worldwide phenomenon that it is today. And neither was PewDiePie. He had less than 20,000 subscribers when I found his channel, and I really was only watching him because he played frictional games like Amnesia and Penumbra. And that was the type of stuff that I wanted to play on my channel too. So I started playing that, and then I was just like, you know what? We'll worry about the username later, because it didn't fit any longer with what I was doing on the channel. It was made for those AVGN style reviews that I was doing, or what I thought were AVGN style. Really, they just sucked. But moving on. So after that, things just kind of got away from me. Like I went into my senior year of college, and I got really busy with school. And it kind of just took a backseat. It was just something I did in my downtime when I wasn't working on school. And then I graduated and I got a job in my degree. And before I knew it, I looked around 3 years later or so, after I'd made the channel, and I had 100,000 subscribers. And kind of this voice in the back of my head was like, it's kind of too late to change your username now, isn't it, John? You probably should have thought of that shit beforehand. And then I thought, oh no. And I was like, oh, I haven't even thought about what I would change my name to. Like I didn't like Harshly Critical, but I didn't know what to change it to. And at that point I was like, 100,000 subscribers. I think I've peaked, but it would be foolish to change it now. Like we're in it, we've hit 6 figures on the channel. And so I was like, well, I can't change it now. I'm stuck with it. And so I just kept going, and I was like, maybe when it slows down. But then it didn't slow down, and now we're sitting at like almost 300,000 subscribers, and it's time. It's time to say bye-bye. Here are all the things that are wrong with the name Harshly Critical. It's a long list, so get ready. First of all, it doesn't describe the content. It just doesn't. It described the first like 10 videos I made, and that's it. And it doesn't really describe what I do now. I do like horror game Let's Plays. And I don't even do that many bad games anymore, so it's not like I'm sitting there just bashing on a game. So that I didn't like about it. I also didn't like that there was no good way to shorten it. I mean, what are you supposed to call me? Harsh? Crit? There's no way to shorten that username. Third, it's an adjective. I hated that it was an adjective, because then when people would address me as harshly critical, it sounded like they were just describing my character, which is another thing I didn't like. I didn't like that it portrayed me as this like angry, grumpy, like I hate games, meh, meh type of dude. I think I'm really pleasant to be around. I'm a genuinely nice guy and not like a meanie doo-doo head. And just having the name Harshly Critical was super edgy, I thought. And it set this expectation for my videos. And it's like, and I also hated, number 5, I also hated whenever I would say something bad about a game, there'd always be these people in the comments that'd be like, oh, living up to your name, I see. Got tired of that. That got really old. Imagine putting up with that for 6 years. All right? It got old after like the first week. I also don't like that there's no real branding you can do about it. Like, I have my Critical Hit video series, which I plan on keeping. I really like doing those videos. And I'm, the name kind of works because it worked with my name. It was the only thing I could think of that worked with my name. You can't really do anything with Harsh, like, I don't know. I could make a Lord of the Rings series called The Dead Harshes, but like there's nothing good to do with it. And I also didn't like that it didn't have my name in it. You may have noticed, because I've been preparing for this transition for years, like I said. This is not a surprise. I've been preparing for this exact moment for a long time. Some of you who have been around for years may remember that my intro used to be, "Greetings, critical viewers." And then seemingly randomly, I changed my intro to, "Hey guys, it's John." I did that like a year and a half, 2 years ago for this right here, because I knew that I was going to change my username eventually, and I wanted to get on a first name basis with everybody, so people got used to calling me John instead of HC or harsh or critical or harshly critical or whatever. It's a mouthful. That's another thing I don't like it. That's number 8. Number 8 reason. I'm going to just make a top 10 at this point. I'm sure I can think of 2 more. Yeah, it was, I wanted to get on a first name basis with everybody so that I could eventually transition into just being my real name on YouTube. Because I didn't have any better ideas. There was nothing that I could really do to like, fit my name with my old username, like, you know, Critical John, Harshly John, like they all sounded like shit to me. And so I was like, well, people have told me throughout my entire life that, you know, I have a cool last name, Wolfe. There's an E on the end. I always have to tell people that when they're writing my name down for something. I used to say John with an H, Wolfe with an E. Some people got a kick out of that. I don't know why, it's stupid. But that was kind of like a good reason for me to change it to was like, well, at least I got a cool last name. It's not like my name is like John Smith or like, you know, something that doesn't really stick out. And so I thought it would be a good change. It already kind of sounds stage namey, which I like. I think it's a good name. Basically, just, yeah, got a good name. But, yeah, so I'm changing it. I'm finally changing it. Holy crap. You guys don't know what a load off this is. Now, one of my concerns with this name change is that, well, number one, I'm losing my verified tick mark. And I know that because I had this nice, shiny, verified tick mark next to Harshly Critical on YouTube, and it was cool. Feel like I'm like one of the club, you know, but it's going away now. And so that kind of sucks. Maybe I can get it back someday. But the main thing that I want to make sure doesn't happen is that people don't see my name in their sub feeds now or whatever and think, who is that? Because they might remember the name Harshly Critical, but they don't know who John is, right? Like maybe they haven't seen my videos in a while. So I'm making this big announcement video talking about it so that everyone's on the same page. That's basically my thought process here. Now, why has it taken so long to do this? Well, you may remember I changed my channel avatar a while back. That was like 9 months ago now, something 6-9 months ago. And that was around the time that I was thinking about changing my name, to be honest. And then I was just like, well, crap, I can't change my name and have a new profile picture. That's going to like double the chances of people unsubscribing from me because they think they subscribed by accident or something. So that came along, and then shortly thereafter, the channel started growing really fast. And I was like, well, I probably shouldn't change my name when the channel's growing faster than it ever has before. That seems like a bad decision. And, you know, it hasn't slowed down, and it's come to my attention that there's really there's no good time to do it. There's no good time to do it because it's a stupid thing to do. It's a stupid thing to change your name on YouTube, but I'm doing it anyway. So that's what's happening. That's what I'm going to go by now. I'm still going to be selling Harshly Critical t-shirts. Don't worry. You can get a Harshly Critical mug on my TeePublic store. Now, I know what your first question is after all this. What's going to happen to your second channel, HarshlyCritical? It kind of doesn't work anymore, does it? Because now it's just a crappy username. It doesn't rhyme with your main channel or anything. What are you going to do about it? HarshlyCritical is kind of in limbo right now because I need to record more of The Last Guardian. I just can't be arsed to do it. Oh my God, it's been so frustrating. And so I've been afraid to post anything there that's not The Last Guardian because I don't want to get yelled at. Which kind of, it sucks because like it's my shit posting channel, as I said in my last update video that was titled New Channel, in case you're curious. That's just going to stay HarshlyCritical for now. I'll think of a name for it later. I'm not going to call it John Wolfe 2 or anything lame like that. But I'll think of something. If you have any suggestions, you can leave them in the comments. I do think HarshlyCritical is kind of funny. It might be, it's not like the name over there matters. It's not like anyone new is going to watch that, you know. So yeah, if you have any further questions in the comments, feel free to leave them. But I feel like I did a fairly good job of clarifying the thought process behind it. Basically, I just hated my name. And I know that, like, it's not like there are tons of YouTubers with great names. I mean, look at the top 3 gaming YouTubers. You got PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye. What kind of fucking names are those, right? But I think that they all have a certain charm to them. They're all memorable, and Harshly Critical just wasn't. It just kind of sucked. And it was just something that I never changed, and now I'm doing it. All right, I feel like I've said that like 8 times in this video, just the same thing over and over again, so I'm going to close it out. A little nervous. I had to stand to do this video. I've never had to do that before. So that's, if you notice me shifting around, that's what I'm doing. Shifting. But, oh, you might also be wondering what's happening with HarshlyLyrical, my rapper alter ego. We'll see. I'm not sure how often we'll see that guy in the future, but I'll think of something for him. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and thank you for not unsubscribing because you don't know who I am. I'll see you guys in the next video. This will not affect future content at all. It's just a name change. It's not like I'm gonna start vlogging or anything. I know this is a vlog, so it might seem like I'm setting a bad precedent, but I'm not gonna start doing that. It's business as usual except the name change. So yeah, cool. I'm nervous. I'm gonna end it. All right, I have no idea how to end this video. Okay, bye. Think critically. This is staying. Think critically. That's staying. I like that. It's good. All right, see ya.